Caitlin Clark just sent shockwaves through the basketball world with her words about Steph Curry. What did she say that's got everyone talking? And why does it matter so much for the future of the sport? Let's talk records, because Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking them, she's shattering them into a million pieces. Remember when we thought Steph Curry's three-point shooting was otherworldly? Clark just said, "Hold my Gatorade," and blew past Curry's NCAA record with a mind-boggling 201 threes in a single season. That's not just good, that's video game numbers. But it's not just about the quantity. Clark's range is so deep. She's practically shooting from the parking lot. You know how Curry changed the NBA by stretching the floor? Clark's doing the same thing in women's basketball. She's pulling up from spots that make defenders scratch their heads and coaches lose sleep. Picture this: Clark, ball in hand, standing just inside the half-court line. Most players would be looking to pass, not Clark. She's eyeing the basket like it's a hula hoop. And then boom, she lets it fly with the confidence of a seasoned pro. The ball arcs through the air, seemingly forever, and then nothing but net. The crowd goes wild. The opposing coach calls a timeout, and Clark, she's already jogging back on defense like it's no big deal. This isn't just showboating. Clark's deep-range threat changes the entire geometry of the game. Defenders have to guard her the moment she crosses half-court. That opens up lanes for her teammates, creates mismatches, and gives her offense a whole new dimension to work with. Sound familiar? It should. Because that's exactly what Curry did to revolutionize the NBA. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark isn't just copying Curry's playbook, she's writing her own. Her style of play is drawing attention from fans and analysts who've never given women's basketball a second glance before. They're tuning in just to see what she'll do next. One analyst put it this way: what sets Caitlin Clark apart from 99.9% of good three-point shooters is the remarkable distance of her shots and the unique way she executes them. It's not just about making shots, it's about making impossible shots look easy. And let's be real, Clark's game isn't just turning heads, it's giving people whiplash. Fans who've never watched a WNBA game in their lives are suddenly setting reminders for tip-off. Basketball purists who thought the women's game was all about fundamentals are having their minds blown by Clark's long-range artillery. But here's the million-dollar question. Is Clark just a flash in the pan, or is she the real deal? Is she going to change the face of women's basketball the way Curry changed the NBA? Some skeptics say it's too early to tell. They point out that the WNBA is a whole different beast than college ball. The defenders are faster, the coaches are smarter, and the pressure is a whole lot higher. Curry's performance in the 2024 Olympics was nothing short of spectacular. He dropped 36 points in the semifinals, making it look easy. Then, in the final against France, another 24 points to secure that gold. It's like he decided to remind everyone why he's considered the greatest shooter ever. But here's where it gets wild. The way defenses are treating Caitlin Clark, it's like deja vu. Remember how teams started guarding Curry the moment he crossed half court? That's happening to Clark now. In pick and roll situations, defenses are blitzing her just like they do Curry. They're throwing everything they've got at her, trying to get the ball out of her hands. One analyst pointed out, Clark is reportedly facing more blitzes than any other player in the WNBA. Think about that for a second. She's a rookie, and defenses are treating her like she's a seasoned superstar. That's respect. That's fear. That's the Curry effect. But it's not just about how defenses play her. It's about what she's doing for the game. Curry made people care about regular season NBA games in a whole new way. Now Clark's doing the same thing for the WNBA. Games that would have been half empty a few years ago, they're drawing crowds of 17,000 now. People who've never watched a WNBA game in their lives are tuning in just to see what Clark will do next. This surge in viewership, it's unprecedented in women's basketball. Clark isn't just playing the game, she's changing how people see it. She's making the WNBA must-watch TV. And that's exactly what Curry did for the NBA. Think about it. Before Curry, how often did you hear people talking about regular season NBA games at the water cooler? Now it's like every Curry game is an event. Clark's having the same effect. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. Let's talk about what sets Caitlin Clark apart. Sure, she's got a killer three-point shot, but there's more to her game than just buckets from downtown. It's her demeanor on the court that's turning heads. Clark's got this quiet confidence, a kind of humble swagger that reminds you of, well, a certain NBA superstar. You know how Curry always seems cool under pressure? Clark's got that same vibe. She doesn't trash talk or showboat. Instead, she lets her game do the talking. And boy, does it speak volumes. One moment she's draining threes like they're layups, the next, she's threading the needle with a no-look pass that leaves defenders scratching their heads. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark isn't just a scoring machine. She's got this uncanny ability to make everyone around her better. Sound familiar? That's right. It's another page out of the Curry playbook. When Clark's on the court, her teammates suddenly find themselves wide open. Why? Because defenses are so focused on stopping her, they forget about everyone else. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a rookie command this much attention from opposing teams? Clark's presence alone changes the entire dynamic of the game. Defenders are sticking to her like glue, which opens up lanes for her teammates to drive or cut to the basket. It's like she's got a gravitational pull on the court. But don't go thinking Clark is just a Curry clone in a WNBA jersey. She's carving out her own unique path. While Curry revolutionized the NBA with his long-range shooting, Clark's impact goes beyond just putting the ball in the hoop. Her court vision and passing ability are off the charts. She's not just a shooter, she's a playmaker in every sense of the word. And let's talk about leadership. For a rookie, Clark's got the poise of a veteran. She's not afraid to take charge, to be the voice in the huddle when things get tough. That's something you can't teach. It's a quality that separates good players from great ones. Now here's where Clark's journey diverges from Curry's. While Steph faced his share of doubters early in his career, Clark's been dealing with a whole different level of scrutiny. We're talking about verbal and even physical challenges, both on and off the court. But instead of letting it get to her, Clark's using it as fuel. Every critic, every doubter, is just another reason for her to push harder, to prove them wrong. This adversity isn't slowing her down. If anything, it's making her stronger. Clark's not just playing the game, she's changing it. She's forcing coaches to rethink their strategies, inspiring young girls to pick up a basketball, and making fans who've never watched a WNBA game tune in just to see what she'll do next. Let's talk about the future of women's basketball, because with Caitlin Clark on the court, it's looking brighter than ever. This rookie isn't just playing the game, she's rewriting the rulebook. And the impact? It's going to be felt for years to come. Think about it. Clark's not just putting up impressive numbers. She's changing how the game is played. That deep three-point shot, it's becoming a lethal weapon in the WNBA, just like it did in the NBA when Curry started draining them from half court. But Clark's influence goes beyond just long-range shooting. Her style of play is so electrifying, so revolutionary, that it's inspiring a whole new generation of ballers. Young girls watching Clark play aren't just dreaming of making it to the WNBA anymore. They're dreaming of playing like Clark. They're practicing those deep threes, working on their court vision, trying to emulate that mix of confidence and humility that makes Clark so special. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's impact isn't just on the court. She's changing the way people view women's basketball as a whole. Remember how Curry made people care about regular season NBA games? Clark's doing the same thing for the WNBA. Games that used to be half empty are now selling out. TV ratings are through the roof. People who've never watched a women's basketball game in their lives are tuning in just to see what Clark will do next. This surge in popularity, it's not just good for Clark. It's good for the entire league. More viewers mean more revenue. More revenue means better salaries, better facilities, more investment in player development. In short, Clark's success could lead to a better WNBA for everyone. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Clark's journey is just beginning, and she's got some serious challenges ahead. The WNBA is a whole different ball game than college. The defenders are faster, the coaches are smarter, and the pressure is a whole lot higher. Can Clark keep up this level of play when every team in the league is gunning for her? And let's not forget the scrutiny. Being compared to Steph Curry, that's a lot of pressure for anyone, let alone a rookie. Every game, every shot, every decision will be analyzed and criticized. One bad game and the doubters will come out in force. Can Clark handle that kind of pressure? Then there's the physical toll. Clark's style of play is demanding. Those long-range shots, those quick cuts, that constant movement, it takes a toll on the body. Can she stay healthy over a long WNBA career? But here's the thing about Clark. She seems to thrive under pressure. Every challenge thrown her way so far, she's met it head-on and come out on top. So maybe, just maybe, these challenges aren't obstacles. Maybe they're opportunities for Clark to prove herself herself even more. And you know what Team USA paid a good price, leaving Clark behind in Olympics? Click on the next video to find out.